Greetings! So this will be a quick one. It's a new mod, again. This basically just evolved from me playing around with shaders a bit. So what this adds is a single item which can scan the surroundings for stuff of interest. It needs modules, so if you try to use it like that, it will just error out. By sneak right-clicking, you can open its GUI and see it has 3 containers for 3 modules. The mod comes with 5 modules by default. Each of these scans for something else, except for the range module, which just boosts the range in which the scanner operates. So one is for non-hostile mobs, one is for hostile mobs, one is for common ores, so coal and iron, and one is for rare ores like diamonds and gold. Stuff like that. So if I install a module now, you can then use it, and it charges up, and out goes the fancy effect, which is basically the whole reason I made the mod. And then you can see, okay, there's some squid here, and maybe a cow over there, yeah. And if I install the monster module instead, or additionally, I can just have both of them in, and scan them. I can see, okay, yeah, there's my cow, and there's also a zombie and a creeper, and if I sneak, I even see how far away they are. So the other module, module type, I should say, is the ore scanner. So let me just jump down here because the range is somewhat more limited. Ouch. And if I scan now, I will see there's some stuff here in the ground. So this is probably iron, this is probably coal. And you can see it's not very large from the radius, but if I install like those 2 modules for range, you can see now it's actually going out a bit further. So I can see there's something big there and there. And if you're underground, you actually see these a lot more clearly than when you're above ground. So that's fine. Now, when you keep using the scanner, because why wouldn't you? Because it looks awesome. Then you will notice that the durability bar underneath the item slowly goes down. Now that is because the scanner uses energy to perform a scan. So if you hover it, you see the current energy stored in it, and if you hover the modules, you see how much energy each individual module costs for one scan. So if you have these 3 in here, this will cost 100 plus 100 plus 75. So we can see I'm now at 3175. So if I scan once, you'll see it's now at 2900. So this uses the built-in Forge energy system API thinger. So if you have any block that can charge electric items, you can just put it in there and bam, it's loaded again and ready to go. Now, some technical notes. As you might expect, this uses a shader. It should not cause any problems with anything whatsoever. It should be super performant. I didn't run into any problems on my super old laptop. It worked perfectly fine, no issues. I even made sure to add some basic integration with Optifine. So even if you use shaders with Optifine, it will still show up. The overlays will be a bit weird, but it'll work. If you don't use shaders, it will just work fine. No problem whatsoever. Other notes, all of the actual logic scanning stuff runs on the client, so this won't lag any servers or stuff like that if you're afraid of that. No concerns there. However, of course, the config will always be the one used from the server, so you can't really use it to hack, because, well, the config is the one the server uses. So let's just look at the options real quick. Basically, what it operates on is an implicit whitelist, which is any block that is OR dicted with OR and then a capital letter or something is by default recognized as a OR. Those go by default in the rare OR list, so you can then put stuff that's not rare into the common ORs list by just adding it there. So you can't edit it at runtime, but in the main menu you can. You can also disable using of energy if you don't have any mods in your pack that can recharge the scanner, for example. And you can adjust the colors of the indicators rendered if you like. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ignore that, that's just from an old config. Pretty much it, I think. Yeah. Fancy effects. Go fun. See you. Bye.